Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023, and I'm here in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park at the Oakzanita Trailhead. Today, I'm finally gonna take a climb up to Oakzanita Peak. It's a peak I've known about for a long time, but never made a serious attempt to plan a hike up it. So today is the day. I picked a pretty warm morning to do one like this. Pretty warm out here already. So let's see. Let's see how this goes today. So I'm starting at about 3,900 feet above sea level, and the peak is 5,054 feet. It's up there somewhere. That might actually be it. Not sure of the mileage if I just do a straight out and back, which, considering the warm weather today, will be the more likely thing I do. But we shall see. Because there's a loop option of this hike where you can make a nice 8-mile hike by going up to the peak, then looping back, I think, near East Mesa or something. But I think I'm just going to do the out and back because of the pretty warm temperatures out today. I don't think that'll diminish the beauty of this hike because it's pretty lovely out here. And with all the awesome winter rains we've had, winter and early spring rains, there's a lot of lushness going on right now. It's hard to deny. Actually impossible to deny how beautiful it is out here. Looks like we're gonna have a couple creek crossings. All right. Yeah, it's definitely spring in SoCal. Wow, beautiful. Look at this. All right. Okay. There's even a little trickle right by the trailhead itself. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at skunk brush right here. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is it. Rhus aromatica. It's mostly still pretty leafless, but I do see some flower buds starting to swell up on it. This is Rhus aromatica. It's poison oak's look-alike, but it's not, definitely not poison oak. But I just see the flower buds are starting to swell a little bit. I think the flowers will start opening up before the leaves do. And you can see right here, you see little green spots on the twigs. Those are the flower buds. So the leaves haven't opened up yet. But here we go. Here are the flower buds. These little green spots here on Rhus aromatica. So little tiny greenish white flowers that open up. If you look at them pretty closely, they're pretty cool. And of course the small 3-leaflet leaves will come probably in about another week or two. So again, today's April 11th, so we're definitely feeling spring right now. Actually, yesterday was almost summer-like where I live, but definitely needed a break from the constant pounding of rain. But I believe we've had our last rain of the season, our last real rain, back on my March 30th hiking series in Mission Trails. That was the last time it rained here. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty beautiful rump in the chaparral today, because this hike's pretty much in chaparral most of the way up, so won't be a lot of woodland or forest, I don't think, on this hike. But nice, quite lovely up here. And yes, there will come a time for botanizing, obviously. Being out here in the chaparral. If you watch my videos, you know how I feel about the chaparral. All right, well, here's our first one. Hasn't bloomed yet, but this is Paeonia californica, California peony. One thing about the flowers of this plant, very attractive, but you kind of have to look from underneath because the flowers always, just about always nod down on them. So that's Paeonia californica. And then, hollyleaf cherry. And of course, southern coast live oak, Quercus agrifolia, variety Oakzanita. A lot of younger coast live oaks here, I noticed. Lots of younger ones. Must have come back after the cedar fire. And it looks like there's a lot of chaparral whitethorn up here. Definitely a little early for it to bloom. Once you get above 3,500 feet, you kind of have to wait a little bit later. And this year, we had a much cooler than average winter for the most part, and a cooler than average first couple weeks of spring. So things are gonna be a little later this year. But yeah, the sound of that water is so satisfying. All right, so I'm gonna keep up on this trail. Keep you posted how things are going, and we'll see. This is definitely a beautiful start. All right, so I am heading through a little bit of a wooded stretch here. Some more southern coast live oak. And in the almost 20 years after the fire, these chaparral shrubs have really gotten large. 19 and a half years since the cedar fire. Ooh, listen to that creek. After at least a decent rainy season, this one was definitely more than decent. Get to hear lots of water rushing around here. It's a really satisfying sound. Oh, Cuyamaca, the Cuyamaca region is one of the wetter portions of Southern California. Oh, okay, here's a California sycamore right here, Platanus racemosa. This one hasn't started leafing out yet because we're at higher elevation. A lot of the ones down by where I live are already leafing out pretty fiercely, but yeah, they leaf out much later at these higher elevations. Again, we're not really that high up. We're just under 4,000 feet right now. But yeah, it's a nice little young California sycamore. Might have been much older. It might be older than you think. Maybe the base got burnt out, but there's this thicket of sycamores in here too. So that's pretty nice. Pretty nice to see some California sycamores here. Probably the next month and a half, 2 months, this is going to go through a wave of wildflowers. So get ready. Yeah, I got some more young sycamores or resprouts. These could be resprouts from older mature trees. That's beautiful little sycamore trees. And of course, more Quercus agrifolia variety Oakzanita, or southern coast live oak. These ones look like they survived. These ones are definitely older than the cedar fire. Yeah, they probably sustained some damage, but have resprouted quite a bit. Very beautiful over here. Very beautiful. I don't think any of this hike would have been wooded. I thought it would have all been out in the chaparral, but pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of California rose along here too. Oh, a little baby black oak. Okay. Little Quercus kelloggi. Oh, look at that. A little baby black oak. Some more sycamore action too. All right. Okay. I'm just trying to enjoy these shady conditions while they last. Well, this one was hollowed out by the fire. Still alive though, doing pretty well. But you can see, the tree got hollowed out quite a bit. Yeah. Oh, a little cottontail. That might be a Bachman's cottontail. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's Bachman's or Audubon's cottontail. I got to study them a little bit more. And here we got common snowberry leafing out over here too. Symphoracarpus albus variety livigatus. That's pretty common here in Cuyamaca. I just got a water crossing coming up. All right. Yeah, this water is flowing very well over here. All right. I imagine we'll probably be crossing it a few times. All right. Also looking after poison oak. Definitely would be here at this elevation. Probably be leafing out by this time already. Got some willows in here too. Can't tell. I think it's a royal willow. They haven't really started leafing out here either. There's a nice, beautiful coast live oak right here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there is definitely poison oak in here. But it hasn't leafed out yet. These little leafless twigs right here, those are poison oak twigs. It hasn't started leafing out. Okay. All right. Since we're in some warmer weather, I have to definitely keep an eye out for rattlesnakes. Let's get to that point. Got to keep real vigilant lookout. There's a nice old coast live oak. Wow, it's still alive too. Kind of surprised this area is so well wooded. Thought we were going to be on the chaparral. Probably will be soon though. All right, catch you on the next clip. All right, I'm coming out on the East Mesa Trail, or East Mesa Fire Road. Well, so I'm going to be turning right here. So that's the trail, the lower Descanso Creek Trail. It's at the Oakzanita Peak trailhead. So I'm coming out over here, going to make a right. Oh, here's a huge southern coast live oak right here. Oh, it's a big one. Quercus agrifolia variety Oakzanita. This is a big one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we still got some of the big ones still left over here. Oh, that's a beauty. That is an absolute beautiful tree. Oh, look at the base on that. Well, I noticed a lot of the southern coast live oaks get quite large. I think they might get a little larger than the regular Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia. This is a very decent sized tree. Very decent sized tree. Very handsome tree too. So that's where my destination's supposed to be. So for some reason I didn't do a lot of, I don't think I did my due diligence research on this one. So let's hope that I could find the upper trail that'll take me over there, which I think is coming up. Maybe, hopefully. I see some signs up ahead. What a beautiful coast live oak that is. Southern coast live oak. These are different varieties of the same species you find. Again, this is variety Oakzanita that's up here. The varieties we have in San Diego, lower San Diego County, closer to the coast, and stuff like that. Those are variety agrifolia. These are variety Oakzanita. These are the ones that grow to the highest elevations possible by this species. I've seen a small specimen of this just under 6,000 feet in Mount Laguna. So, yeah. Here's our next trail. Alright, so we're going to bear right here on the upper Descanso Creek Trail. And it's... okay. It's about a mile and a half, a little over a mile and a half to the trail to Oakzanita Peak. And the summit itself is just under 2.25 miles, hiking-wise. So here we go. Trail junctions are pretty well marked here at Cuyamaca, so for the most part you should be able to get by. Just, do your research before coming out, so at least you have an idea of where you want to go. But at least you got some trail markers in case you get a little confused. So we're right in this beautiful meadow right here. That's one thing Cuyamaca Rancho State Park, the Mount Laguna area and Powell Mountain are famous for meadows. Now, if you've seen my hiking videos, especially when I lived in Orange County, when I used to go up to the San Gabriel Mountains, you don't see a lot of notable meadows in the San Gabriel Mountains. You get some small ones and very lovely ones, but you get some much more expansive ones down here in San Diego County. And you get some nice moderate-sized ones in the Santa Ana Mountains in northern Cleveland National Forest. All right, so let's go ahead and cross this creek. Ooh, it's very muddy. Let's see how do I want to do this without getting sopped. All right, let me get back to you. I got a little wet. My foot got a little, my shoes got a little wet from that one. Kind of figured it would. All right. All right, so I'm on the other side of the creek. Pretty nice. Little sugar sumac, rusovata. All right. So that's Descanso Creek. Very beautiful, very beautiful. All right. Okay. So I'm thinking the hike to Oakzanita Peak and back is probably going to be a little bit, probably about 5.5 miles round trip, I think, if I just do the out and back. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, it's black oak, I think. Yeah, it's a little black oak. Got a few more black oaks popping up here and there. Pretty cool. It's a little baby black oak. Quite a bit more numerous once you get towards the central and northern parts of the park. You start getting a lot more black oak. Then you got pine gold bush right here. Ericameria pinifolia. Got some pine golden bush around here too. I like the fact that this part's wooded. A little more wooded, so definitely some shade. But I think that's about to change as we start winding our way uphill a little bit here. All right. Let's see. All right. I'll catch you on the next clip. Be a little further up the way by then. All right, so I'm noticing a lot more black oak over here. More beautiful California black oaks. A lot of these are probably resprouts from the fire. But yeah. Yeah, a lot more younger resprouted black oaks are here. So this might be a pretty good fall hike too. A lot of these Quercus kelloggi, California black oaks. And of course, Rhus aromatica, the skunk brush, probably be another factor in the fall color scene over here too. A lot of it here actually. I'm getting fall, October and early November probably be really nice to visit out here. Pretty nice. Poison oak isn't too bad so far. There's a little bit on the side of the trail, a little bit of it. So just be mindful. But it's not extraordinarily bad though. Whew. Definitely feel the warmth in the air though. That's for sure. Ay, ay, ay. Especially now, we're out in the chaparral now, so start getting warmer. This will be the first summit I visited in Cuyamaca since Cuyamaca Peak back in 2015. Only the second summit I've ever done here. Oh, it's nice and cool over here. Now that I'm sweating, sunscreen's getting in my eyes. Ay, ay, ay. There's Hopashaw and Cuyamaca right there. One of those might be Airplane Ridge. That was another possibility I wanted to do. Not likely today, though. I think this will be good. I think this time next week is going to be about 15 degrees cooler here in the mountains. Today it's going to get up into the mid-70s. So it's going to feel a lot warmer out here in the sun-drenched chaparral. So I should have come here earlier. Started off when it was cooler. Oh well. At least I'm out here doing my thing. All right. I'll catch you on the next junction. See you up the way. Just had our first switchback here on the upper Descanso Trail. Nice little black oak woodland here. This one's actually, the buds are starting to swell up on it. This one's going to be leafing out really soon. Again, today's April 11th, so it is springtime. Now these oaks are starting to, some of their buds are starting to swell up already. Higher up here on the I'm guessing this is the west slope of Oakzanita. And these black oaks, these California black oaks are kind of leafing out a little bit sooner than the ones down in the canyon. Maybe because it's warmer up here. It's a beautiful trail. This is not something you want to do in the middle of summer unless you start before sunrise. It's very warm, I'll tell you. Ay, ay, ay. So we're hitting some switchbacks now. I'm actually looking into digging out my first drink of the day. I think I'm gonna need some electrolytes. Beautiful view of Cuyamaca. And of course, Hopashaw right next to it. The more I sweat, the more the sunscreen irritates my eyes. Woo-wee. All right. This trail will be really pretty in October, November with the oaks. It's a lot more black oak than I thought would be up here. Probably larger. These probably used to be larger trees back in the day. I'm pretty sure these have resprouted from their roots after the cedar fire, because they're all multi-trunked, shrubby thicket looking oaks. So I'm pretty sure some of these were probably mature trees back in the day. I bet you this used to be a pretty shady area. All right, I'll keep you updated along the way. All right, so I'm getting close to the major switchbacks, I believe. I hear people. There's a toy on right here. That's nice to see. Heteromeles are butifolia. Toy on up here. I'm really surprised at how much black oak there is here. It's really cool. I've got a couple of small switchbacks, but I know pretty soon we're going to be doing more zigzagging up the hill. I'll catch you on the next clip. Alright, so here we go. That was a switchback again. Alright. Surprised at how much black oak there is here. Pleasantly surprised. There's actually a nice woodland of it. And I suspect I see oracle oak up there too. Probably won't see it too well on camera, but I have started passing some interior live oak. And anybody who's watched me talk about oracle oak, that interior live oak is a hybrid between, oracle oak is a hybrid between California black oak and interior live oak. Now they're both here. There's no reason why oracle oak shouldn't be here. But I think there's one up on the hillside up there a little bit. As you know, these black oaks haven't leafed out yet. And the large shrub or small tree I saw up there looks like it still had some old leaves on it, so I'm guessing that's probably an oracle oak. I'm not talking about old dried crispy leaves, like old remnant green leaves, because oracle oak retains some leaves like interior live oak and loses quite a bit of its leaves due to its black oak parental lineage. So yeah, should not be surprised. Here we go. Here's a shrub interior live oak right here. Quercus wooslezeni ready for tessins. And of course, there's the California black oak, Quercus kellogii. So There should be no reason for Oracle oak not to be here. All right. I see Stonewall Peak from here, way off in the distance. It's almost flirted with doing Stonewall and Little Stonewall. So I was kind of choosing between that and Oakzanita. Then in the end, I just chose Oakzanita. And this is going to be a one peak day today. I'm not a man of very much energy today. Been really tired lately. I've been saying that in past videos, but I gotta go get that checked out. This is only like a 5.5 mile hike, so normally it shouldn't be a big deal. It's only about 1,000 to 1,100 feet of climbing. So, oh, but that breeze feels great though. So that's down by Descanso Creek down there. Looks like a lot of unnamed summits too. One of these is probably East Mesa High Point. Not sure which one it is. It's one of those peakbagger.com type summits. Yeah, that would be something of interest to me when I actually plan it out. I haven't planned to hike that yet. But yeah, views of Cuyamaca Peak are really good from here. And that breeze coming from the west really feels nice right now. When I left my home in Santee, down just east of San Diego, we had a marine layer, it was overcast. Then when we got to Alpine, we broke out of it. And now it's pretty sunny. I'm going to preview some of the peaks I'm going to be pointing out when I get up to the summit of Oakzanita. That's looking out towards Ramona and Powell. Ooh. Something a little disconcerting out over there. Some smoke. Hoping it's just a prescribed burn. Have to keep my eyes on that. I know I caught a couple whiffs of smoke earlier. But winds are coming from onshore, so right now I'm not too worried, but definitely gonna keep my eyes on that. Just because it's a prescribed burn doesn't mean it can't go out of control. So I'll have to keep my eyes on that as I keep making my ascent up the switchbacks. It doesn't look that far away though, so we'll see. Remember I was talking about thinking there was going to be some Oracle oak? I was like, yeah, there's going to be some Oracle oak. Here it is. Quercus marejos. The hybrid between the black oak and the interior live oak. So you see here, it lost a lot of its leaves during the winter, but it kept a lot of its leaves as well. This is the semi-deciduous hybrid right here. And the leaves are intermediate. Some of them have some waviness, close to lobation like the black oak, and a lot of them had that leathery, kind of rounded profile like the interior live oak. So yeah, I knew there was some Oracle oak. I knew I was going to see some. I'm glad it was right next to the trail. And those are the old leaves from last year. It hasn't started the new leaves yet, but it will pretty soon. All right. So I figured it's time to point that little guy out. All right. Well, you know, onward and upward. Catch you on the next clip. Okay. Looks like we're getting close to the saddle. All right. And the trail junction, just like I suspected. So, this is the Oakzanita Trail. So let's go to the East Mesa Fire Road. So my route came up the Lower and Upper Descanso Creek Trails. Could have taken the East Mesa Fire Road to the Oakzanita Trail. So this is the Oakzanita Trail. As is this, as we branch off here. So I got just over a half mile. This is the trail to the peak. I think this is where we're going to start getting the bigger switchbacks coming up really soon. So it appears to be the peak area. And we got a little meadow up here too. Very beautiful up here, huh? Sheesh. All right. So when you hit that junction, if you're coming from that trailhead area, again, you're going to turn right. So it's Lower Descanso Creek Trail. Turn right on the East Mesa Fire Road. Go maybe about 50 yards, 100 yards. And then branch right on the Upper Descanso Creek Trail. Follow it up. And you're going to bear right at the Oakzanita Trail junction. If you go straight, you're going to go downhill. Beautiful mountain mahogany. Sir, carpus betuloides, ready betuloides. There's a lot of it around here. So we're going to start the final push pretty soon. I think there are going to be some wide zigzags. Because looking at Google Earth, appear to be a lot of wide zigzags. So the trail kind of leveled out. It's not thus far, it's not a really steep hike. It's very gradual. It's a very gradual trail, actually. But yeah, there's a smoke I was thinking about earlier. Not sure what's going on. I hope it's a prescribed burn, and that it doesn't go out of bounds. Luckily, the breeze seems to be blowing from this way. Kind of more or less the west. But yeah, we're going to get more of the bouldery aspect of the Cuyamacas over here. So I've seen Oakzanita Peak from below, and there are a lot of boulders on it. So it's going to be quite lovely. I don't even know if this is actually this here. This might be a fall summit area. But, for some reason that last mile and a half seemed to kind of drag on. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's warm and I'm tired, but definitely don't regret coming out here, that's for sure. Oh, haven't seen one of these in a while, a Coast Live Oak. Actually, I'm going to kick it under the shade for a minute under this. Very nice. Nice and cool. But I'll see you up the way. There'll be some switchbacks coming up. And more awesome adventure here at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Alright, so I'm on the next zig. I'm on the next zigzag, or the switchback. And we're starting to get some Ceanothus perplexans. A couple of Ceanothus starting to bloom. It's the first I've noticed any of them blooming. And I've seen several specimens before coming up this far. So yeah. Yes, a couple of Ceanothus starting to bloom. You know what that means. Very soon. Maybe even today, I don't know. Depends. There'll be a spotlight video coming up. So yeah, that smoke plume seems to be coming from the Mount Laguna area. Well, it's not quite as close as I thought it was going to be, but definitely something to monitor. Could be just a prescribed burn. So let's hope that that's what that is and that it doesn't get out of control. So now we're on the south-facing slopes of the mountain. Much warmer over here. But great views are starting to take shape. Cannot wait to point out the views on the peak. It's a beautiful trail, lots of great views. That's for sure. No lying about that. All right. See further up the way. Less than a half a mile to go. Alright. Getting near the bouldery, really bouldery section of this really cool peak. Ooh, little baby sugar sumac. Pretty cool. Guessing this is the trail. Yeah, looks like it. Alright. I think I'm almost at the peak. See somebody chilling up there. Whoops. About there. I can see over there where some of the pine trees survived. It's pretty cool. horses, I guess. All right, this is it. Coming up on Oakzanita Peak. All right, 5,054 feet. Top's actually over there, but somebody's chilling over there, so I'll go up there momentarily and start taking some pictures. But yeah, looks like that fire's coming from near Mount Laguna. So I just have to keep an eye on it. But I'm gonna sit down and get something to drink, and I'll start pointing out some views pretty soon. All right, let's actually climb these last few steps to the actual peak itself. All right. So I wanted to give who was here a few minutes just to relax. Let's see here. Which way do I want to go up? All right. Oakzanita Peak. $5,054 feet. Neat. All right. I think it's about time to point out some views. Which way do I want to start? Let's look south. Start out to the south here. All right. This mountain here in front, right in front of us, that's Guatay Mountain. It's a hike I did back in the end of November. Really awesome hike out there. That's part of Cleveland National Forest. And then down below it is the little town of Guatay, which sits at about 4,000 feet. And behind that, I could see Corte Madera Mountain and Los Pinos Mountain. Another awesome hiking area in Cleveland National Forest. Now we're swinging down. You can see Interstate 8 down there, and that's Long Valley Peak right there, which is about 4,880 plus. And I can see Sunrise Highway as we swing to the southeast and east, and back there is the Laguna Mountain Range. And there's got to be a controlled burn going on up there. There's got to be a controlled burn. Otherwise, it'd probably be firefighting craft over it. So thankfully, the wind's blowing in from the ocean, so the fire shouldn't pose any danger over here. So obviously, I'm going to keep vigilant the rest of the time I'm hiking here. So we're looking east. Might barely be able to see it poking out over there. Right over there, Monument Peak. 6,271 feet in the Laguna Mountains. And you can see there's the saddle you come up from when you join the Oakzanita Trail. And you can see the East Mesa Fire Road winding its way well in towards that beautiful meadow over there. Maybe that's East Mesa High Point, I'm not sure. Maybe under there. And now we're looking more towards the north and northeast. I can see Toro Peak way off in the distance in the Santa Rosa Mountains. I can see over towards the Vulcan Mountains off there. So we're looking more north now. You can see Little Stonewall Peak and Stonewall Peak right over there. As we move here, you can see Middle and North Peaks right there, as we're looking more towards the northwest now. And of course, the little Cuyamaca Peak. The highest point in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park at 6,512 feet. You can see Highway 79 as we swing more towards the west-northwest. I gotta watch where I'm stepping here because this is not. This rock's got a very small area. I don't want to trip off of it. I'll jump on this one here. Alright. Forgive the wind, it's very breezy out. Yeah, you can see the East Mesa Fire Road. And right towards Highway 79. Where I'm parked is more down towards that area there, is where the Oakzanita parking area is. I can't even see the lower and upper Descanso Creek trails from here anyways. So now we're looking more towards we're swinging a little bit more west. Well, sort of northwest. You can see Woodson Mountain and the Powell Range and Iron Mountain itself over there. El Cajon Mountain. And now we're swinging more towards the west now. And of course, Viejos Mountain. Another awesome point in Cleveland National Forest. I think I can see McGinty Mountain and then San Miguel Mountain above it. Now we're swinging towards the southwest, more south-southwest. You can see Lions Peak out there, and I can see Gaskill Peak. I think Lawson Peak will be hidden behind it, and then the Otay Mountain area. As we swing off to the south, we're going to close it off with, once again, Los Pinos, Corte Madera Mountains. So, pretty good views up here. Pretty good 360s. So, I apologize if the wind does affect my speech. But I'll be posting up text for each landmark in case it's that way. Yeah, really good views up here. Absolutely stupendously beautiful out here. And it's not really that warm up on here. It's probably in the 60s right now, and there's a nice breeze up here, so it actually feels pretty comfortable. But when you're hiking in the full blast of the sun on the south side of the mountain, or the southeast side of the mountain, it gets really warm easily. So definitely sun protection is definitely a must now. But yeah, down here you can see expansive Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. I think that's Oakzanita Ranch down there. So I'm looking at some of the more local areas. And then that might be West Mesa Fire Road, I'm not sure. And that might be the Arroyo Seco around there somewhere. Arroyo Seco Fire Road might be down there somewhere. Not that far from Green Valley. Green Valley Campground should be down in there. But alright. I'm gonna start getting ready to head my way on after I take a few pictures. Alright, so I'm still here on Oakzanita Peak and I haven't quite gotten ready to leave yet. The reason why is I'm trying to ponder approximately where that fire is in the Mount Laguna area. Now, over there's Monument Peak, and there's Stevenson Peak, where the old Air Force installation is. That could be Peak 6299, maybe, or Wooded Hill. It could be Wooded Hill over there, maybe. I'm not sure. That fire definitely appears to be. It's definitely on the crest of the lagoons. I can definitely see it on the crest. I'm trying to see if I can pinpoint where that is. I'm not sure. It might not be quite that close to Peak 6299. So I'm thinking that might be Cuyamaca Mountain over there, the highest point in the Laguna Range. Would be the highest point of Cleveland National Forest over there, but it's just to the east of Cleveland National Forest in the Cuyamaca Reservation area. So it looks like it might be a little north of Cuyamaca. I think that's Cuyamaca over there. So I'm wondering if that's anywhere near the northern part of Thing Valley Road. I wonder. It's got to be a controlled burn because I don't see anything flying over it and trying to put it out. You would be able to see planes. You'd be able to hear them too, probably from here. I mean, it's good. That's a good several miles away, but you'd definitely be able to see the activity. So I'm guessing that's probably a controlled burn. I think that's probably what that is. But I'll definitely have to do a little research when I get home before posting the video, so I can get a better idea of what's going on over there. Because it doesn't seem like it'd be very favorable for fires right now. Especially considering the copious amounts of rain we've had up until about a week and a half ago. So I don't know. So it's just kind of interesting to ponder. I guess one last look over that way. And then another look towards the more northerly part of the Laguna Mountains over here. Because I'm going to go ahead and get ready to head off and start hiking back down. Alright, let's see. Which way do I want to get off of this? I guess I'll head this way, but well, probably won't find anything. Let's see if I find anything interesting on the way back. Just get off this rock gently. Just a very gentle, just a little rock, class 2 rock scramble to get on the actual high points. All right. Get my backpack. Start heading down. Alright, just a little update on my progress. This is where I came from, the Oakzanita, upper portion of the Oakzanita Trail. So, I mean, I could go this way to East Mesa Fire Road in 0.8 miles, or I could just go back the way I came to upper Descanso Trail, which is where I just entered right now. But I'm just going to go back the way I came, because I could access the East Mesa Fire Road from both trails. Now, however, I would probably be in a very different portion of the East Mesa Fire Road. So I really wasn't looking to do an 8-mile loop hike today. I think if I added everything together correctly, I believe this is about a 5.8 mile out and back what I'm doing. 5.8 miles. 0.7 plus 1.6 plus 0.7 plus 2 plus 2.2 equals 2.9 times that by 2, 5.8. The 0.7 to Fire Road from the lower Descanso Creek Trail, and then from that junction it's 2.2 miles to Oakzanita Peak. So, ooh, just saw a striped California racer. I'm pretty sure the camera didn't catch that because I couldn't look down fast enough. Yeah, it was a California striped racer. Oh man. All right. I think that's the first snake sighting of the year for me. No, probably the second. Rancho Mission Canyon. What I thought might have been a legless lizard probably was a smaller yellow-bellied racer. And of course, that I can't confirm it 100%. But that definitely was a California striped racer. Masticophis lateralis. I know for a fact that's what that was, even though I only saw it for half of a second. All right, well, I was thinking it could be definitely time to see snakes. All right, striped racer, awesome. Very, very cool. Sometimes you never know what to expect. I didn't even need to think about what that was. I clearly saw the yellow stripe pattern on the relatively dark, relatively black body of the snake, so I knew what that was. Even though I barely saw it. Okay. So yeah, we're entering this little black oak woodland here. Very beautiful, very beautiful. So there's a lot of black oak along this trail. That's really cool. I'm digging it. So this would be a great hike in the fall. To watch these leaves change. All right, there we are. Looking towards good old Stonewall Peak, and its baby brother, Little Stonewall. That was one of the options I was considering today. At least get to Stonewall and attempt Little Stonewall. Little Stonewall, you have to bushwhack to get up there, from what I understand. But yeah, right down there in Descanso Creek Canyon. Now you can see the Ace Mesa Fire Road down there below us. You can see it pretty much most of the hike when we're on the north and west facing slopes of the mountain. But this is definitely a very highly recommended hike. If you like good views, pretty surroundings, and a good geographical representation of a huge chunk of this county. And some possible good herping sites too. This is it. This is only the second peak I've ever climbed in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Again, I mentioned earlier I've climbed up Cuyamaca once along the paved Lookout Fire Road from Paso Picacho. Did that 8 years ago, April 9th, 2015. I don't have any video for that, but I do have pictures. I could probably find that and post the pictures as a photo slideshow maybe, but yeah. It's pretty cool out here. Definitely a lot to see, a lot to do. definitely plan on returning. Hopefully, maybe even next week, maybe. Might try to do both Middle Peak and Cuyamaca. And I've been up most of the way up Middle Peak too. I've taken the Middle Peak Fire Road from the Trout Pond Trailhead on 79. I've done that before. I've taken across Highway 79. Then you hop on Milk Ranch Road, and you branch off to the right, Oracle Oaks again. You branch off to the right and head up the Middle Peak Fire Road. It'll take you up elevation to about 150 feet below the summit, give or take. To get to the actual summit, you're supposed to bushwhack through Ceanothus to get up there. There's a way to do it, but it's supposed to be pretty difficult. And when you get to near the summit of the road, not the summit of the peak, you're supposed to pass a water tower, and I think there's supposed to be a tree snag near that area. I think where you're supposed to turn left and look for as much of a route as you could find. There might be some semblance of a use trail or use path, but probably pretty insane, pretty intense. All right, well, I'm just going to keep on going down, periodical updates, and we'll see where I end. We'll see where I am next update. Alright, I'm still on the Upper Descanso Creek Trail. Still working my way down. It's beautiful spot in the chaparral out here. I know I've been seeing quite a bit of this, but I haven't pointed it out today. Point leaf manzanita, aka Mexican manzanita, Arctostaphylos pungens. There's a fair amount of it along here. And I haven't really pointed this out either. There's actually quite a bit of hollyleaf redberry right here, Rhamnus ilicifolia. Quite a bit of that around here too. This has been a beautiful trail. Getting closer to the level of the Descanso Creek area. Pretty nice. You can see all the coast live oaks down there, all the southern coast live oaks lining that creek. One day I gotta remember to bring $10 with me, go to Green Valley day use area, right in the Green Valley campground area, and show you this huge coast live oak that I saw the first time I was here. And I was poking around before I actually did the Cuyamaca Peak hike. I parked in Green Valley campground day use area, and there's a very, very luscious, large, nice, beautiful, round-crowned southern coast live oak. Nice big tree. Hopefully it's still alive and doing well. And with all the gold borer beetles and sudden oak death going rampant around here. Hey, it's crazy. There's more of that point leaf manzanita, or Mexican manzanita. So we should be getting into the in and out shade of the woodland pretty soon. Kind of looking forward to that, actually. It's not really super hot, but oh, here's a cool little spot in the shade. Shade has beautiful southern coast live oak. These are such beautiful trees. Such beautiful trees. I think they might even get a little larger. They can get at least as large as the more coast live oak, the Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia. The Axiodania sometimes get very large down here. But you can hear Descanso Creek, and it's really roaring. So we're getting close to it. Should be down near it pretty soon, and then we'll have to cross it a few times on foot. So you're doing it early spring like this, or like in April, especially April, March and April, or during the winter when it's wet. Expect to be crossing the creek a few times. Or at least the small tendrils of the creek. I haven't seen anything insanely dangerous. Just a few water crossings, so just be prepared. Your feet will probably get wet. Nothing I'd worry about. It's really beautiful here, I'll tell you that. Alright, well, keep you updated. Alright, time for the next update. About to cross the little bit of the creek here. Let me see if I can do this better than last time. Ooh, yeah, much better. Last time, that's where I got my feet wet. Alright. Handled like a boss. Alright. Very beautiful over here. Alright. Almost at the East Mesa Fire Road. So nice and shady over here. This place is absolutely stunning. Feels good here in the shade, I'll tell you. It's definitely getting warm. not hot, but definitely getting a little bit on the warm side. I see the fire road's just up ahead. So I'm gonna make a left to go on that. Here it is right here, actually. Very short distance. Highway 79. So here we are. Beautiful, stately Quercus agrifolia variety Oakzanita. Absolutely beautiful tree. There's a little trickle going under here. Must be a little drainage culvert, because water's not going over the road, it's going under it. Yeah, there's a little culvert right here. A little light trickle. Nice little trickle there, a little trickle. Very beautiful montane meadow here too. There's where I was, right up there. That's Oakzanita Peak. There it is. Oakzanita Peak. That's where I visited earlier. So we're going to pass by that large coast live oak I showed earlier on the video. I want to go by it again, so I'm going to film of it again. I'm very much in love with that tree. That is beautiful. That is gorgeous. Nice wide crown. Maybe about 40 feet tall. Not extremely tall. But you know, on these open woodlands, you don't need to grow extremely tall, because you don't have to compete as much for light as you would in a true forest. Base of that tree is huge. That is definitely an old tree. Oh, I can't get enough of this tree. That is so beautiful. And these younger trees here too. Of course, they're beautiful too. All right. So, to East Mesa Fire Road. I mean, from East Mesa to 79, here is just under a half a mile. But where I'm getting off is here. This is 0.7 miles to Highway 79. So I got just under 3/4 of a mile left to hike. Yeah, the early part and of course the latter part is the real woodsy part of the hike. So where it's very lush. Grass is nice and green now. But like I said, like I might have mentioned before, I think our rainy season's pretty much over now, so this stuff will be turning brown in about a month. It'll be a lot different here. It won't be quite as green. So I'm just glad I'm getting out here now, enjoying this. Enjoying this beautiful greenery. And it's just lusciously green here. Absolutely stunning over here. So this is the part of the hike you should be savoring. Of course, there was the destination up there, aka the turnaround point, aka, again, good old Oakzanita Peak, about 1,000 feet above us. I think we're just right around the 4,000 foot contour, because I remember this area doesn't gain or lose too much elevation. So I think we're near the 4,000 foot level here. Of course, when we get closer to the trailhead, we will dip just under it at about 3,920, 3,930 feet by the time we're down by the trailhead. But there's not a lot of gain or loss until, well, really not much. So we're not that far from the 4,000 foot contour now. All right. Keep you updated. See where I am. So I'm still making my way back. Look at that. So satisfying. Look at that. How beautiful that is. Amazing. How beautiful that is. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so we got a little uphill. There it is. Good old stone wall. Oakzanita Peak. I don't know what I'm tripping off. I'm tired. Oakzanita Peak. I'm sorry, Oakzanita Peak. Sorry, buddy. Should be back in the car pretty soon. Good old Oakzanita Peak. Yeah, I haven't done Stonewall yet. Hope to do that. So nice to hear Descanso Creek just rumbling down there. This will definitely be my last clip, I think, because I'm nearing the end. today. I'm just gonna head on home after this. A little tired. I don't know. It's just a little tired today. I'm glad I came out though, I'll tell you. It's definitely, absolutely worth taking this trail here at awesome Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Absolutely worth it. We're also near the park boundary too, believe it or not. The trailhead. So, let's review. I'm assuming that mileage is on the posts are correct. So this would have been a roughly 5.8 mile out and back with between 1,100 and 1,200 feet of elevation gain. Probably closer to 1,100. So, in review, we took the Lower Descanso Creek Trail from the parking area where it says Oakzanita. Lower Descanso Creek Trail, which I'm on right now, up to East Mesa Fire Road. I was on the East Mesa Fire Road for like 2 or 3 minutes. Then got off, turning right onto the Upper Descanso Creek Trail, following that up to the Oakzanita Trail, turning right on that to get to the peak, everything back in reverse. So I'm just about at the car. Just want to say thanks for coming along on my adventure today. This was a pleasure filming it. Hope you enjoyed hiking with me, virtually hiking with me, on this beautiful, beautiful trail here in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Just got to jump over the creek one more time. So you have to cross the creek a good few times, at least 3 times on the way up, and about that on the way back. Before I go, here's a non-native plant right here. These purple flowers. This is called henbit, Lambium amplexicale. It's an annual herb, an annual herbaceous plant in the mint family, Lamiaceae. Notice that a little bit around here. Okay, that's the last creek crossing. Well, let's see. There's a little trickle by the road too, but it's just a little trickle. It's nothing big. Trailhead's just over there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on my next hike.